All right. Our friends from the media all good? Very good. All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very anticipated ribbon cutting, a wonderful afternoon here at Hideaway Bay Resort. That's where we clap. Yeah. Awesome. I am Dan Heitzenreiter with the Chamber of Commerce, and we are small business champions. We are so excited to be here today to really see a project come full circle. I was just talking to Gene on my way in. We couldn't quite remember what month we were here. We had the umbrellas, we had the shovels in the ground to break ground officially, but it was such a great day, great memories. I left the umbrella in the car today. Didn't want to bring that down here, and so excited to have many dignitaries that want to give their congratulations to Kevin, Kristen, the whole team. So without further ado, we'll start it right off with some remarks from our county executive, PJ Wendell. PJ.
Well, thank you, Dan, and really what an honor it is to be here. As I said a year ago almost, when we were here last, better weather today. Last year was a little bit more, I don't know what, Oregon weather, not really Western New York. But as everyone has stated, I remember the phone call I got. I was a legislator at the time, and they said Hideaway Bay had burned, the building. And we can't let the building be torn down, because once you did, you'd have to go through all the rezoning and all the headaches that would occur. And the problem was, who would invest in it? All I think there was one wall somewhere, and that was lit. That was it. So Kevin and Christian saw something that no one else saw. But I think their investors also saw the same vision. And as we were just sitting here talking a few minutes ago, sometimes you see renderings and you just wonder, is that really what it's going to look like? Well, look around. I don't think any rendering could do justice what we see here today. I know a few weeks ago, my wife said they're opening, we got to get up there and have dinner. So the Wendell family will be here before you know it. But realistically, the vision, the dream, the passion of Kevin and Christian are just phenomenal. To see this come into fruition is nothing short than just that. The trend of these weekend getaways, glamping, if you will, getting a small piece of, I don't know, on a sunny day about 80 degrees, I'm not going to know if I'm in Hawaii or if I'm in northern Chautauqua County, because the waves will be crashing, it'll be quiet, and a good place to, just get away. So quickly, on behalf of myself and the residents of the county, I'd like to recognize Hideaway Bay Resort on your ribbon cutting today, June 11th, 2024. Hideaway Bay Resort, a distinguished, year-round, eco-friendly destination offering luxurious villas, a fine dining restaurant, a premier spa, and an event center. Guys, all you have to do is just give those three phrases to your wife. You're not going to be able to get away. Nestled on the piece of paradise right here on the shores of Lake Erie, Hideaway Bay Resort is renowned for its commitment to sustainability, exceptional guest experiences, and breathtaking natural beauty. The business investment in this community and Chautauqua County is greatly appreciated by myself. So on behalf of the entire Chautauqua County, all of our residents, thank you so much for investing in our county, and we look forward to many, many years of excitement and success. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. Next, we have some remarks from another great partner in this project with the Deputy County Executive for Economic Development and CEO of the Industrial Development Agency, Mark Geis. Mark.
So I'm going to go back a little bit further than last year or even a couple of years ago when this burned. I'm going to go back 10 years when Senator Borrello was a legislator, and this property went into foreclosure, and George insisted that this property go over to the land bank because he was concerned that if it went through the auction, you never know what you're going to get, right? And it was such a beautiful spot that he thought, well, let's try to do the right thing with this. So, the land bank, Gina, a bunch of other people, Danny Hickman from SBDC, and Christine Morabito, and so many others worked really hard to find the right developer for this property. And we interviewed a lot of a lot of different developers. It was like, oh no, is this ever going to happen? And Mr. Cullen and Kevin and Christian came along, and the Tundos, and when they talked about their vision for this, it was like, yeah, this is right. I mean, it really fits into what our community wants to be, what the assets we have. And so, there's so many people to thank over that 10-year period. Even the New York State DEC, right? They even worked with us, and so many others to make this possible. So I couldn't be more excited. A lot of times when you think about you hear what the vision is going to be for a project, you're sort of like, oh, okay, great, if that could ever be. This blows that away even. I think this is more than we expected. So I'm so thrilled. May the winds of fortune blow your way on this. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. As has been alluded to, what makes this a really unique project is the history of the property and involvement of the land bank. So next up, we have the Executive Director of the Chautauqua County Land Bank, Gina Paradis.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everybody, for being here today to celebrate this long-awaited day. The Chautauqua County Land Bank's very proud of the role that we played in this redevelopment. Thank you to Senator Borrello, to Mark, for both the foresight and the confidence in the land bank to entrust us with this beautiful property when it finally came up for foreclosure after almost 20 years of abandonment and dereliction. Some may have questioned the decision at the time. Some thought it should be left to the free market at the auction, but I think we can say that the decision has paid off. Rather than going to the highest bidder, the land bank provided a more deliberate sales process. We invested almost $100,000 in environmental work and site remediation work, and then we shepherded the marketing process through to find the right buyers. It took some time and patience, but we found them. Developers with vision, with an entrepreneurial spirit, who would honor this beautiful and sensitive location with the right balance of commerce, public access, and environmental stewardship. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A big thank you to you, and best wishes to Kevin and Christian, Jean and Matt. Can't wait to see your future success and share it here at our lovely Hideaway Bay.
Thank you, Gina. Next, we have remarks on behalf of Governor Hochul from Quinn Bushin. Come on up.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me be here today on behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul to celebrate the wonderful occasion of the ribbon cutting of Hideaway Bay Resorts. I was just here a few weeks ago for the soft opening, so I think it's safe to say this is already becoming one of my favorite spots. It's an exciting time to live in Chautauqua County. There's new investments pouring into the area all the time, and it does take the vision and creativity that the people who live here and have lived here throughout the years to make things like this possible. The governor was just in town last week to announce the agreement between Kaleida Health and Brooks TLC to build a new hospital in the village of Fredonia, and she just announced the 9 projects that are receiving the $10 million for the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, including $1 million for renovations and enhancements to Chadwick Bay, where I'm sure lots of people will be taking their boats from to visit this lovely spot. My family has a long history of coming to the beautiful beaches of Lake Erie here in Chautauqua County, and I'm told that I did spend some time at the former Hideaway Bay when I was very, very small. It's exciting to see this site redeveloped and reimagined and have new life breathed into it. The cottages, event, and restaurant space, and the incredible natural beauty of the waterfront are sure to bring in visitors from all across New York State. Lake Erie has the best sunsets in the world, and I'm confident some of the most stunning views will be enjoyed from some of these cabanas right behind us. I've long heard stories from my family of the great memories Hideaway Bay holds, and I'm looking forward to making many more memories of my own here. Congratulations to Kevin and Christian and the entire team that made this possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Quinn. Next, bringing remarks from Senator George Borrello is Lisa Vanstrom.
Hello, everybody. everybody, and good afternoon. It is such an honor to be here on behalf of Senator George Borrello. He believes in small business, he believes in investment, and he believes in destinations that are fun and memorable. And I believe on this shoreline there'll be lots of families that are making memories in the future to be here and enjoy the offerings of the cliffs, the views, the vistas, the boats driving by and recreating. When Senator Borrello first heard about this prospect, before anything happened at all, he was extremely excited and enthused, and he had a vision. He thought, this is going to be a hot spot. This is going to be it. And then we all came together for a very enthusiastic groundbreaking a while ago. The weather wasn't as beautiful as today, but hey, rain, you need rain to let the grass grow. So anyway, but this was a vision. I want to thank the Cullen Tunda Enterprises and collaboration and investment for coming together and realizing this vision. This is definitely a unique opportunity in Chautauqua County, and it is definitely the newest resort spot as well. They're going to be offering a venue for wedding receptions or baby showers or graduation parties or what have you, and a restaurant area. So there's a lot of offerings to be had here, and without this kind of investment and determination and vision, we wouldn't have it. So I want to thank you for your hard work. God bless.
Thank you, Lisa. We also have joining with remarks from Congressman Nick Langworthy, Christine Rinaldi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am honored to be here today on behalf of Congressman Langworthy to celebrate the grand opening of Hideaway Bay, an innovative and eco-friendly luxury resort on the beautiful shores of Lake Erie. This remarkable project has garnered tremendous support from our community, as you can see here. They're all with us today. And we extend our heartfelt thanks to all the numerous stakeholders who have contributed to making this incredible opportunity, for economic growth a reality in the Congressman's district. Hideaway Bay is a truly unique addition to our region, setting a new standard for glamping with its stunning cottages equipped with private patios that offer breathtaking views of Lake Erie. This resort is not only provides luxury accommodations, but also a wide array of recreational activities throughout the year. From paddleboarding and kiteboarding in the summer to horseback riding, snowmobiling, and skiing in the fall and winter, there is something for everyone to enjoy all year round. The investment made in this resort is substantial and will undoubtedly boost tourism, benefiting our entire community. Lake Erie, here in upstate New York, is often considered a hidden gem. Our communities bordering the edge of Lake Erie don't always come to mind as destination spots, but initiatives like Hideaway Bay are poised to change that. By showcasing the natural beauty and recreational opportunities our area has to offer, we can elevate the profile of our region and highlight its true potential. The Congressman thanks the owners and their team for the significant investment in our community, and we are so excited to see the positive impact Hideaway Bay will have on our local economy and the memorable experiences it will offer to its visitors. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. And next we have our local mayor for the village of Silver Creek, Mr. Jeff Hornberg. Come on up.
You know, I had 4 pages of bullets that I wanted to talk about. Threw 3 pages out already because they've been used. But all I can tell you is that I've been around in local politics for 9 years now. I conversed with Gina. Sometimes I chided Gina. Why are we dragging our feet? What are we doing here? Can't we get something done? Never was I more wrong in my life. Stay the course, let it happen, and things will be what they will be. I've had the pleasure of working with Kevin, Kristen, and Gino for over a year now, via emails, phone calls, face-to-face, and I found them to be nothing more than gracious, hospitable, and very, very excited to get this project completed, as I think we all are. We look forward to being a partner with you, Kevin and Gina, in the years to come. As we've always said at the end of every phone call, the door is open and the phone is on. All you got to do is use it. We welcome you to the village, and we hope that you get a warm reception from everyone that frequents you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We also have joining us our town supervisor here in Hanover, Mr. Lou Pelletier.
As town supervisor, when I read that Kevin and Christian were looking to develop this property, I was kind of excited to think it would be bringing life back to this once historic and very prosperous area. I was able to attend the Memorial Day preview event on Sunday, which allowed me to walk the property, which I haven't done in some time. While walking, as I looked out into the lake, the village historian came out in me, and I could see how the glaciers formed this natural harbor. It also made me think about how our early residents during the War of 1812 came down to this area and watched for the British warships patrolling Lake Erie, which they controlled to capture the life-sustaining salt boats and places to raid along the lakeshore. You can also probably envision our first settler, our first developer, Oliver Lee, who walked from Westfield to Silver Creek along the lakeshore, and he found this natural harbor right here for a perfect spot for a wharf and shipping business. He immediately purchased the area from one of our first settlers. In those early days of 1820 and 1830s, our harbor was full of steamships stopping to pick up supplies and people and traveling east and west from Buffalo to Detroit. As I walked along the creek during that day, I saw a number of people swimming and fishing. With the confluence of Silver Creek right up the road here and Walnut Creek flowing in Lake Erie, I thought about how our earliest residents, the Erie Indians, had a hunting and fishing camp probably in this general area. And later, our first settlers used this area to launch their boats. Since there was no roads, this was the only mode of travel. As I looked up the creek when you get to the mouth, I wondered how Silver Creek's first shipbuilders actually dug out the creek and then dammed it to float their lake ships that were worthy for the lake out into Lake Erie. When I was talking to Kevin and Christian, I told them that I've seen many people on the beach over the 20 years. It was in my time, there was only a restaurant and a number of cottages around here, about 45 cottages. As I saw these large number of people on the beach and property, I thought this is the way it must have looked 125 years ago when it was the old beach park occupied both sides of the creek. Its original owner, Woodruff Chapin, loved this area so much that he purchased a log cabin and placed it on this property and spent the rest of his days here. It appears that he never left the park because generations that followed spoke of him as a hermit. Beach Park was the center of our community events and activities that included weddings, family reunions, companies, and old pioneer family picnics, carnivals, dances, boating, and fishing. And I'd like to thank Kevin and Christian, Matt and Gene Tundo from Tundo Construction for investing in our community. It appears to me what they've accomplished here will be something for everybody like it did in the very beginning. Thank you.
Thanks, Supervisor. And our last official joining us to offer congratulations today is our New York State Assemblyman, Andy Goodell.
So once you announce your retirement, you get to the end of the line. You know, Lou's covered the history here since the beginning of mankind. Thank you, Lou. And all the other speakers have covered the time period since then. The only thing that's, I think everything's been said, but not by everybody. And hence they call me up. So when I saw on my calendar to come to Hideaway Bay, I asked my staff, where is it? And they said, sorry, it's hidden. Well, what a gem. I mean, when I walked on here, I thought I was going to a Sandals resort on the Caribbean. I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. And what a great opportunity for people to come by car, plane, train, and enjoy the best of Chautauqua County and the best of Lake Erie. I mean, this is absolutely a drop-dead gorgeous spot, and it's got to be successful with the assets that we have here. Congratulations to Kevin, Christian, Matt, Gene, and the entire group of people behind you who made this a success. Congratulations.
Thank you, Assemblyman. The final folks we really need to hear from today are the people of the hour. So if we could bring up Kevin and Christian, Cullen and Gene and Matt Tundo, whoever would like to be up. Come on up.
Thank you, everybody. Kind of want to wait for the train. But, yeah. It's a nice moment. Wrong train. Yeah, Kevin Cullen, C-U-L-L-E-N.
Christian Cullen, C-H-R-I-S-T-I-A-N, C-U-L-L-E-N.
It's unusual for a train to be this long.
I'll remind folks that afterward there's refreshments over here, so make sure you stick around if you want to talk with the owners or any of our gathered VIPs for the refreshments. And I believe the Cullens will also have a little bit of a tour for one of the stations here on the beach, so if you want to check that out as well. So we've got some food and beverages. You want to help yourselves. They were kind enough to bring it out so please eat it. And also make sure you check out a tour of the facility once the train passes.
Yep. And for those looking to look around, it's the last unit on the front here is one that's fully staged up. We're welcoming our first guest on Friday, and it's kind of incredible how fast things can happen. Yeah. It's the longest train I remember. I've been here every day. Yeah. It's winding down. Yeah. All right. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming. I really just, the only things I really have to say is just to thank so many people and acknowledge so many people that have been a part of this. And first and foremost is Gene and Matt Tundo from Tundo Construction. Standing here a year ago, we broke ground a year ago, and it's not that short of miraculous how fast this came together and how close to budget it was as well. And that's just their skill and their experience. And just amazing people to work with, and that's kind of, the story we'll tell today is the personal interactions and relationships that we've developed over this process. It's just been so impressed with every person that we've got to know. Dave Hargrave over there is our neighbor and investor, and he's a mentor to us. And he's every day he exudes happiness, and he shares it, and he's a really good example of what if I'm ever a little grumpy or tired, and I almost think how would Dave act, and that's I've never seen him not smile, and it's just he's an incredible person. So we're really blessed for that. We have incredible families behind us. The village of Silver Creek is just a phenomenal place to be. Mayor Hornberg, it's always a pleasure when we get to interact, and I always love listening to you speak as well. Everybody from the county, Christine Morabito, the executive, the whole CCIDA team, Mark Geis, Nate Aldrich, everyone's just been so encouraging, so helpful, and it's really, that kind of a team effort. Danny Hickman from the Small Business Development Center, this whole thing wouldn't be possible without him and the little number crunching it takes to get a bank loan. So you know, it's just been a really great team effort. Dan from the Chamber of Commerce, and our neighbors from the Bay, our neighbors up the street, have just been real welcoming. The Harmons over here, you know, it's always love bumping into you guys. It's just a great community, you know, and listening to Lou Pelletier talk. I'm a history buff myself. I was an undergrad major, so I love his stories. But you know, that's what we didn't really know the full history of this place when we put our proposal in 2020, and then we got to learn a lot more about it, and it was real inspiring to see that this has been for a long time a gathering place for people. So we just feel real honored and real special to have the opportunity to be the next stewards of this location, and it's just stunning. The mouth of Walnut Creek, the sea cliffs, you get bald eagles every day. And we're just excited to open up soon and share it with the world. So thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Oh, and Gina from the Land Bank. Unbelievable to work with, so thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you have here. How many units? How many do they accommodate? What's in your main building?
Yeah, no problem.
The podium before we cut the ribbon, so we'll have to do that.
Yeah, we'll just take another moment. Just stare at the water. Yeah. It's a shorter train, you can tell.
This one's short.
Yeah, you can tell right off the bat. Yeah. It's a nice moment.
Are your windows shaped down there?
So I'll start with talking about the insulation and the insulated siding we used for sound dampening. Definitely, you know, considered that. There's a train. Some people love trains. You know, we're gonna look at it like that.
We are supplying earbuds.
Yeah, there's little noise machines in each bedroom too. So we live next to the train too. They're kind of nice. But there's a few more people from our team I want to thank too. Christina Schmidt has jumped in, and she has brought a wealth of knowledge and experience to getting this place off the ground. She's an unbelievable person and worker. My friend Bud White behind us has been here. He was here a year ago, and he's just incredible to work with. Just incredible skills, incredible experience, all the earthwork. Just they get it done every time. And then we have 10 units. They're all pretty much, they're all the same. They got a queen bed in the bottom, a queen loft up top, flat screen TVs upstairs, downstairs, a small kitchenette, walk-in bathroom. Again, for people that want to take a peek, we can take a peek in Unit 5 over there. The restaurant and event space is around 4,000 square feet. We have a very experienced executive chef, David Wolfile, who's out and about. He prepared these hors d'oeuvres for us out here today, and he's just been great to work with. And then we'll have water sports on site. So we'll have a kayak launch, paddle boards, kiteboarding. I was really happy to learn that once upon a time this was a sailing club, and the motorboat club was across the creek. So we'll bring the sailing back. We'll see if they bring the motorboats back. But you know, sailing and being on the water and in the wind is something that we love to do and love to share. And then we have wood fire hot tub, wood fire sauna. I can open that up and people can kind of peek through there. The view, if you look through the sauna, it's like the Instagram shot. I mean, it is a stunning view looking through the sauna, looking out. Yeah.
What's your season?
We're year round, so we'll be offering activities and events and places to stay year round. The units or the villas are single night rentals, so there's no minimum stay. If someone's passing through on the 90 or something like that, we're here to accommodate. Yeah, but I'm happy to take any more questions.
When do you open?
We have our soft opening on Friday, and then that'll open with a couple units. And then we have the food trailer here to provide food for our guests and guests to the site. And then we do have a really cool toes in the sand little beach bar that was inspired from our travels in the Caribbean. So this was so much fun on Memorial Day weekend when we did our sneak peek party. It's just a really cool place to have a cocktail and enjoy this stunning bay. So, any other?
What do you hope? what do you hope they, I guess, leave with?
I would say the same thing we leave with when we were here, and even when it didn't look like this. I mean, the bay and this area is just so beautiful. I mean, I leave with a sense of peace and, you know, a little bit of happiness and a little bit of perspective. And for our guests, we hope that they leave with thinking this was one of the best experiences of my life. Whether it's, you know, the views, the food, the sauna, the activities. You know, we're here to provide something for everyone. It's world-class birding. It's world-class trout fishing, October through April. There's people here from Virginia to Maine come to Walnut Creek to fish. So, you know, that inspired us to stay open year-round, as that's the fishing season, you know, when it's cold. And the winters are spectacular. We've lived on the lake for a long time now, and you just get these ice mounds and the sunsets in the winter, and it's just, you know, for the winter time, you know, we designed these so you could sit on the couch, watch a Bills game while a blizzard rolls in, and, you know, maybe a beer in hand, and, you know, our slogan is, the worse the weather, the better the view. So, I mean, maybe blizzard tourism is going to become a thing. I don't know, but we're geared up for it.
How do people book with you?
People can book online on basically any platform. They can book directly on our site. It's probably the easiest way, but, you know, we're on Airbnb and Travelocity, and, you know, just have a great team. And I want to thank Christina again, because the train was going by, and she's just an absolute force and just great to work with, and so much experience and knowledge. So we really appreciate that, and just a team. And, you know, we want the feelings people get kind of start with our team. So, you know, working with Gene and Matt. And then one more person I need to acknowledge is Dave's brother, Tripp, who passed away last fall. And, yeah, this...
He's a wonderful partner.
He's an amazing brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, is it correct that all your staff are well-trained?
Well, we're just opening, so
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, customer service will definitely be
Yeah.
our top priority. We want people to come here and just have the best experience and the best customer service. So.
Christian, how many people will you employ?
Up to around 50 people.
Full FTEs, not 50 full-time employees, but yeah.
You had over 250, 300 applicants, correct?
Yes, we did. We had over 200 applicants, and we had a lot of interviews and wonderful people from the area that have came, and we're very excited to hire local people, and, you know, that want to be down here at the beach, because there's no better place to work.
In terms of food, will there be a restaurant open?
Oh yeah, I need to clarify because people ask all the time. The restaurant will be open to the public unless there's a private event renting the whole place out. There's an upstairs and a downstairs, so even if there is an event, it might just be upstairs. Downstairs would still be, you know, open to the public. We have the capacity for like a very large tented beach wedding, and the name of the restaurant is Drift. So it's Drift at Hideaway Bay Resort. There's a really lovely live edge maple countertop beach bar top in there. And the food's going to be kind of accessible, high-end. You know, a little seafood heavy, a lot of features, and it's delicious. If you're here for the sneak peek, the food was pretty good, and that was just, you know, just out of that little food truck. So.
Will that also be opening?
That will not be opening this Friday, but yeah, stay tuned. You can follow us on social media for the updates.
Kevin, let's talk for a brief moment how when you and Christian saw this spot for the very first time, and where were you?
Yeah, a lot of you guys were here last year, so we did see it for the first time from paddleboard, and we've been running guided paddle trips here for 9 years, just looking at it, just staring at this site, and you know, it just builds the vision. It just, when you see it over and over again, and you just kind of see the potential it has. So I've been watching this site from the water hundreds of times, just looking at it, and to see it like this is pretty. It's almost emotional, you know. Yeah.
Hey, let's cut a ribbon.
No matter how many times you went by in a paddleboard, you never got bored of this site.
No, I basically live here now, working anyway. But yeah, I'm still happy to be here. So.
We're going to do the ribbon cutting. I'm going to ask the members of the media to remove their microphones because we are going to move the podium, and we're going to allow our guests to stand basically where they're at. We'll get repositioned when it's time to cut the podium. And sit tight here, and we'll get a nice photo op. How do you move this thing? Justin? So we're going to have, obviously the owners are going to be in the center, so Mr. Tundo along with Mr. and Mrs. Cullen will be here, and then we'll have the officials on the side. Let's have the county executive here. Let's have Mark Geis right here. Let's have our representatives in here as well. Obviously Danny and Gina need to be in the photo. And everybody act like you like each other, so get as tight as possible so we can actually get this in frame. And I'll be out of the way for the video crew here once we get lined up here. But again, the tighter the better because they can't move back much further here, and I know you can't move back much further. You guys got it all in? Yeah, that's fine here. And Dan, we're going to count down too because I got to get in position to get a photo for the members of the media that aren't here.
Photo stage first.
You got it under control, Dan?
Yeah, we're doing good. I'm going to step back.
Excellent.
Back to photo.
All right, we're going to do a couple stage photos, so don't cut yet, Kev. And I don't have to have you look here. You're all wearing sunglasses, or the most of you are.
It's so sunny. I'm going to have my shoes off. You want to count it down? Yeah. Oh, I'll let you get a few from up there.
All right, I think we're ready to cut.
Everybody, 3,
2, 1.